The starting signal has just... C class are out in front first. Vita Yacht are out in front.
Ils vont arriver comme ça. Ou alors ils viennent comme ça.
That to your boat must pass between the arches and under the umbrellas.
Là, on dit, on vient pour la France. Le temps d'y aller, t'inquiète, le temps d'y aller, on va faire des allers-retours là. C'est pas grave, ils ont eu des... Ah ouais, il faut ça. ça, t'as raison. Le top, c'est de se mettre. Tu vois où il y avait le bassin.
ok, ok. Ouais, je t'ai reçu par moi. C'est parfait. Ouais, j'ai regardé.
Okej, jesteś już na holu?
Cambiare un po', se non sono uguali. Se me la lasci qua il cavalletto. Ah! Gli do un occhio io se vuoi.
Uniboat is now leading the energy class, followed by Capgemini, the French boat number 12. The first three boats have already completed 4 laps. They're doing a bit better than the rest. The Sailing Tigers, representing the Middle East, are fourth. They finished fourth yesterday in qualifying. Down in the solar class, we have Sunflare, the winners of last year's events, on 6 laps. They're absolutely tearing the competition. They have 1 lap more than the second place. Swiss Solar Boat are in second place, followed by Han Solar Boat. So far, the top 3 in the solar class is the same top 3 that finished in last year's competition. Unfortunately, a few teams have yet to be able to hit the water. We have Exocet from Montreal, Nelamp Uni, who have their boat in the water. The Peruvians are looking to get into the race as soon as possible. And Feces, who also had technical difficulties this morning, they have now taken their boat out of the paddocks and are looking to get out into the stadium as soon as possible. Uniboat are participating for the second time, as they think they can still further improve and demonstrate their efforts in developing this field of research. They are a leading team in this competition. Their goals this year are to implement changes to attain more efficiency within their system and give them the opportunity to use all the power stored on board in a better way. So far, that seems to be the case as they lead the other teams. On screen now, the Black Baguette, that is Hydrovancy, the Black Baguette, the French team, and the Solar Flare, absolutely killing it out there. They have an impressive top speed. They look to be absolutely breezing around the waves. You can see Monaco in the back. It is a stunning view. The Indians, Team C Shakti, representing India, are participating for the first time in this competition and are currently in 7th place. They have a top speed of 7.3 knots at the moment, up to 8 now, and have completed 3 laps already. Capgemini, the French team that you saw on screen, has a system based on a hydrogen fuel cell, batteries and solar panels, drawing on all of the group's expertise in design and in new technologies. It's a very impressive team. Their first participation last year resulted in a 3rd place finish, thanks in particular to their especially well thought out thermal and fluidic integration of the fuel cell. The Sunflare team on screen started as one of the most efficient displacement boats due to its hull shape and in-house designed drivetrain. On screen now is the SBM E-Racing team, that is the Monegasque representative. They participated in 2021 and the team had the ambition of making the work of their predecessors go even further. The new team looks to try and increase performance and reliability of their system. And from the 2021 team, they're now working on a prototype of a floating device that will be able to generate H2 from water. Last year, the team met the challenge with success as the team finished second, and they were granted with the Innovation Prize. In 2022, the team is more focused on speed to try and get that first place. The Han Solar boat is one of the most formidable teams here, and they also came equipped with clogs. The entire team has clogs. I repeat, their shoes are clogs. The team was formed by Jurin Rademacher, who has prior experience in sailing, and he was able to lead the team in a positive direction. He won the Volvo Ocean Race as a member of the technical team of ABN AMRO and has helped tremendously in bringing this team to where it should be. On screen now, the VHL Aris Zoneboat team. The name of the boat is the Sinistream and is made with sustainable materials such as balsa wood. The balsa wood is the lightest hardwood in the world and has helped to reduce the weight of their boat to find maximum speed and efficiency. They also were able to find and use flax and aramid for the strength of the boat. Last year they had a really great season, finishing third in the World Championship. And this year they're looking to work on some major improvements by using a new hull, a new sun deck, and hydrofoils. It is with great pleasure that we are able to now see FISIS PEB, the Milanese-based team, on your screen. They were able to get their boat in the water after some technical problems earlier this morning. Their hull is inspired by the Formula One cockpit. Macy's, PIB is a newly formed team that was put together by their supervisor, Professor Paolo Scito. He became passionate about this competition and wanted to offer the students the possibility to work in the nautical environment, which is not common in the Milano area. Their beautiful pink cockpit, which is actually not pink, it is fuchsia, is inspired by a YouTuber, Noisy, who designed the cockpit for them and picked the color that the team now uses to represent. We saw them pass the arch just now, looking absolutely amazing. We also have the Open Sea class, which is on screen now. Lots of interesting concepts this year in the Open Sea class, with some really interesting boats that are soon to hit the market or are already on the market. Vita Yachts X-Shore. Vita Yachts are some of the most powerful in this year's Open Sea class. They are a versatile electric rib that was created for the mass market, and all the boats are powered by a modular high-performance electric marine propulsion system from Vita Power. Developed using Formula One and Formula E engineering, they are the first electric powertrains capable of being supercharged with a target charge time of 40 minutes. They offer multiple different ribs, the Vita Line, the Vita Seal, and the Vita Cub. As you can probably guess, the size of the boat goes with the name, with the Vita Line being the biggest one, followed by the Vita Seal, and then the Vita Cub. You can see them on screen now. If we have a look at the leaderboards in the energy class, the Italians from Bologna Uniboats are still in first place. They have completed 7 laps. They're followed by the French team Cap Gemini on 6 laps and the Tecnico Solar Boat on 6 laps. The Dubai Sailing Tigers are still putting up an impressive performance. As mentioned earlier, they finished 4th in qualifying and are still sailing 4th right now. The Dubai Sailing Tigers have a really interesting boat. They are equipped with a light and adjustable frame that can be easily dismantled and put back together. They have a movable motor plate to move the center of gravity around easily and help reduce drag. This has helped them attain a good standing in today's event. Down in the solar class, Sunflare are reaching impressive 15 knot speeds and have completed 10 laps, 4 more than everyone else. It's absolutely impressive what they're able to do here. The BME Solar Boat team Uniboat are on the screen now. You can see in the back the light bamboo frame And they have a cockpit made from recycled orange peel. Right behind them is the Sunflare leading the solar class. On screen now, the Swiss solar boat with their very, very impressive design. It is inspired by the Polynesian proa, which gives it an asymmetrical design, which has helped them input more solar panels into the top of their boat. It's a very well thought out design. The name of the boat is the Dahu. The Dahu. And they may have one of the most beautiful looking boats in the competition. This one as well, from Cayman Ensta, is absolutely gorgeous. They have the solar panel in the front, signed actually by Mike Horn, who was here earlier this week. The Greeks on screen now, Oceanas and TUA. In 2019, they were able to finish second place. That is the year they developed an energy management system by developing optimized propellers, and they constructed their cockpit using carbon fiber. In 2021, they managed to have one of the lightest boats in the competition and start to design and build their own new and efficient propulsion system. We're happy to see them on the water because last year, during the testing race, they had a motor malfunction and were not able to fix it in time for the races. So it's a great pleasure to see them out there in the water right now. They're sitting in 10th place, but we'll see if they manage to build up those knots and get back up the rankings. On screen now, the French team, Mine Energy Challenge, as they are called. They had their first participation in 2021. They work in tight collaboration with the engineers from Symbio Academy, which you can find here at the Monaco Yacht Club. They're here representing the team, representing their own innovative projects. They're a fierce supporter of the French team, Mine. It was Symbio's team who helped develop from scratch a fuel cell system for the Mine team to help them design and develop a catamaran powered by hydrogen. You can now have a look at another French team. This is Hydro Vinci with the amazingly named boat. It is called the Black Baguette, probably the best name we have so far. The driver looking absolutely amazing out there, looking focused. The Dubai Sailing Tigers on screen now have bumped up to third place. They're officially on the podium now after completing 7 laps. They have a speed going above 8 knots. It is absolutely great to see them on the podium right now. Uniboat, the Portuguese team, Technical Solar Boat, and the Sailing Tigers are leading the way in the Energy Challenge. The Dubai flag is there, flowing proudly in the wind. They actually had a last-minute flag workshop as they weren't able to find their own flag other than the one already on their boat. They took some nearby cloth and painted it, and the flag has turned out absolutely great. Very happy to see them in third place. In the solar class, we have a first, a second, and a third place, and a fourth place, all coming from the Netherlands. Sunflare leading the way with that impressive top speed. They have completed 13 laps. Right behind him is Solar Boat 20 and Han Solar Boat. The Monegasque representatives, SBM Offshore, are on your screen now. They're currently sitting in 9th place after completing 5 laps. The Sunflare team continues to dominate the competition with over 16 knots of speed right now. Just look at how it tears through the waves. It's almost like it's not even there. It's literally a paved highway for the Sunflare Solar team. Their driver is an experienced pilot and shows it. He is easily recognizable with his orange helmet. We can see it all the way from the shore. That is University of Antwerp. The Belgians are on your screen now. They are sitting in 5th place as we speak. They have completed 6 laps and are up to 6.3 knots on the boat. The Belgians had a tough qualifying session, finishing at the bottom of the table yesterday. They're looking to better their performance, and they seemingly have already, going into the top 5 in the top half of the rankings. Their boat, as you can see, is called the Shark. The Black Baguette is on your screen now. For the 3rd time, they're proud to introduce their boat in the Monaco event. It is fully carbon made and have managed a 2nd and 7th finish in the past participations and won the communication prize once. Uniboat are still killing it in the competition. The Bologna team are doing a great result so far today. As mentioned, they were the winners of last year's energy class and are back again in first place, trying to secure their spot once again in this year's endurance race. Back on screen now in the Open Sea class, you can see the speed trial going on. The boats are obviously much bigger as they are all already on the market or about to enter it. All the boats you can see in the Open Sea class, you can visit all the companies here inside the Monaco Yacht Club. That is inside the meeting room. You can come check out all the boats, all the companies for yourself and have a chat with them. It is a stunning backdrop to this event. As you can see in the back, the French Riviera, the Côte d'Azur. The Sailing Tigers are now up into second place, with Mine, the French team, falling behind. Mine had a very dreadful performance in yesterday's qualifying laps. They have absolutely turned it around. The Sailing Tigers as well, going from 4th to 2nd, are putting it a great performance. They have completed 10 laps so far. 2 behind Uniboat and 1 more than Mean. The Sailing Tigers are doing very well. Capgemini have gone from 2nd place down to 4th. You can see now an intense duel happening on screen now between the 2 Dutch teams in the front. Han Solar Boat on screen now with a beautiful boat design with that turquoise feel, the orange helmet, and as mentioned before, they are the team who have the clogs on their feet. If you have a look at the Han Solar Boat members, they should be having clogs on their feet. Try saying the name of that team 10 times fast. Hogeschool Vanha, Ladenstein, and Eres VMBO and MBO. VHL Eres Sonebot team. That is probably the longest name in the competition so far. So at least they're first in the rankings for that. Capgemini is back on screen now. This is probably the reference in terms of hydrogen-fueled boats. The group is guided daily by its mission, which is to liberate human energies through technology for an inclusive and sustainable future. They are pioneers in that aspect. They're passing under the arches now. So far, they're 9 laps, and their speed of about 6 to 7 knots puts them at a comfortable 4th position. The Dubai Sailing Tigers on screen now have jumped up to second place. It is a great accomplishment for the team, who are the first Middle Eastern representatives of the competition. 11 laps completed so far, speeds of up to 9 knots. The team is putting in quite a performance. Their light and adjustable frame is definitely one of the reasons for their impressive efficiency out on the water. They have the Dubai flag proudly as a triangle on the front of the boat, as a flag as well. And on the side you can see the wave design. And if you look at it from the side, you have a great looking sailing tiger. The Sailing Tigers is a team of 20 students from engineering backgrounds who are eager to manufacture the most eco-friendly boat they can. They were able to use a very ecological design by using old boat parts throughout their own boat.
Je blijft misschien dalen, hè.
The Dutch team VHL Aris has now jumped up to third place above the Hans Solar boat. We still have a top four composed of strictly Dutch teams, which shows their strength in sustainability. On screen now the BME Solar boat, the Hungarian team. They first competed successfully in the Dutch Solar Challenge back in 2016. That's where the team started its adventure. And that led them to competing in the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge. The Swiss team on screen now. Performing a bit worse than they had originally planned. After such a strong performance in the 2021 Monaco Energy Boat Challenge, they now find themselves way down in the standings. Team Dubai is putting up an absolutely fascinating performance here today. They have caught up to the Bolognese team Uniboat. They're now both on 13 laps. We were saying earlier today that the Sailing Tigers had a strong performance. They are now showing what they're really capable of, bringing it to the best team in last year's competition. The Sailing Tigers are really, really impressive so far. We also haven't spoken enough about the Indian team, Team C Shakti. They have gone from 5th place. They're up now to 4th. Indian team also impressing this year, very much so. While the Marine is a new undertaking for Team C Shakti, the students have ample experience in designing and building battery-powered electrical vehicles, and they are showing it here today. Reaching up to 9 knots of speed and having already completed 11 laps. The team is now rounding off the buoy on the far corner of the racetrack. Mean has just rounded off the arches. They are sitting in 3rd place right now, behind Uniboat and the Sailing Tigers. Uniboat, despite being slightly caught up by the Sailing Tigers, are still putting in a mighty performance. They are very close to lapping the Sailing Tigers as we speak. There is a solid group of teams following each other throughout the races. Coming up on the first buoy on the far side of the stadium, you have leading the line the Han Solar boat. Being passed on its left now by the Canadians. The Exocet team had a lot of difficulty this morning getting out of their paddocks and putting up a working boat. Yesterday during the qualifying laps, they unfortunately killed their engine and had to work closely with the Peruvian team to get their boat back on track. Team Exocet is now passing Han Solar boat. You can see the speed that the Canadian boat is able to achieve. Right behind them you have the solar boat of the Belgian University of Antwerp. Clean Mobility, the Dutch. Uniboat is catching up to the Sailing Tigers. After a great performance, both teams are still doing great, but Uniboat still has that edge above the Middle Eastern team. They are showing their expertise in this competition. They are showing what it takes to be here. On the close side of the stadium, near the shore, near the Monaco Yacht Club, you can see the Hungarians of BME team sitting in 8th place, followed by Cayman Ensta in the energy class in 8th place as well. VHL is following closely behind them. The Dutch team with the longest name in the competition is following. Then Mine in 3rd place of the energy class, Hydrovasi in 6th place of the energy class, and Oceanus, the Greeks, in 7th place of the energy class. They are all coming up now near the Monaco Yacht Club. I'm able to see the Italian team Feces PEB, the Milanese-based team, try to make their way back out with very little remaining time left on the clock. They're able to give it a few more attempts at this endurance race. It has been a difficult morning for them, but they are persevering and are going to put that boat back on the water. The Dubai Sailing Tigers on screen now. With their experienced pilot that they trained specifically for this competition back in Dubai. Behind them you can spot the solar class boats. They look very different. The two classes are easily distinguishable from each other, as the energy class is given 2 single catamaran hulls connected by carbon fiber pipes, and the teams are then tasked with building their cockpit, their engine, and everything along the lines on top of what is given by the Monaco Yacht Club. It's an impressive task. Some teams even come all the way to Monaco without having tested their design on top of their own catamaran hulls. Uniboat on screen now with the bamboo design in the back. This is definitely one of the most interesting teams to look at. For the last few minutes, the top three in both the energy class and the solar class have not changed. It is quite stable, although many teams kind of stick together. There is a big pack of boats traveling together. They have all passed the arches a few minutes ago. The Dutch teams are doing great so far, with a top six composed of 5 Dutch teams and 1 Belgian team. The Swiss Solar Boat, who finished second last year, has fallen down the rankings a bit. This endurance race has been tough for them. It's not the end of the road, and they will have more opportunities to show what they are capable of. In the energy class, Uniboats are off and leading the way. They are still following closely behind the Sailing Tigers, who are in second place. Mean is still 3/4 of a lap behind the Sailing Tigers, with Sishatki also 1/4 of a nautical mile behind them still. Capgemini, who started quite well this race, is now in 5th place, right behind the Indian team Sishatki. It is a stunning backdrop here in the south of France. You could not ask for a better place for these racing boats to participate in. You can see 4 of them now, all in the energy class. The Greeks are in the front of your screen with Mine right behind them with the French flag. You can really see all of the teams flying down the racetrack together. It's really a big group of teams flowing together. The Greeks are on screen now. They have managed to bump up a few positions from the start of the race. They are now sitting in 7th place and have completed 10 laps. They're hitting 7 to 8 knots and are still 1 lap behind Hydro-Vinci, the Black Baguette. You can see the Canadian team in the water now, followed behind by Han Solar Boat in the solar class. Cayman Ensta with their very special design with the square solar panel on the front of their boat. The Belgians as well, all the way in the back. And the orange helmet of Technico Solar Boat, the Portuguese. It is a beautiful backdrop that you're able to see here with the yachts in the back and Roquebrune Cap Martin. You can see the villas. It is a beautiful place for these pilots to be racing in. The sea has been rather kind. The weather has been rather kind this week. Even too kind, as it has been quite hot. We're up to over 30-degree temperatures. The black baguette of Ile-Rovancy is now in the front of your screen with the Dubai Sailing Tigers following closely behind. On the left, the Greeks. Team Sea Shakti, the Indians, have jumped up here at the end of the race, up to third place. We now have Uniboat, the Italians, the Dubai Sailing Tigers of the United Arab Emirates, and Team Sea Shakti, the Indians, on the podium of the energy class. Mine and Capgemini, the French teams, did start or spend most of the day on the podium. They are now in 4th and 5th place. We actually have 3 French teams following each other from 4th to 6th. Beautiful, beautiful accomplishment from the Asian teams, the Middle Eastern and the Indian team. The Sailing Tigers and Team Sea Shakti have absolutely outdone themselves here today. Uniboat, we already knew how good they were. They are showing how good they are. But most impressive are the Sailing Tigers and Team Sea Shakti. They are now the top 3 in the energy class. Along the energy class, we have Capgemini, which has jumped a spot up to 4th place now. We still have 3 French teams, Capgemini, Mine, and Hydro-Vinci, in 4th to 6th place of the energy class, with Uniboat, the Sailing Tigers, and Team India, Team Sea Shakti leading the way. We have a wave here from the Solar Boat 20, looking at the fans, waving them, giving us a thumbs up. Great to see you out there, Solar Team Boat 20. Bravo. Keep it up. On screen now you can see the beautiful design, the beautiful Sunflare boat. And we now have a change of standing as the Solar Boat 20 jumps up to first in the solar class after the retiring of the Sunflare boat. VHL Ares is still in 3rd place as we speak. We still have the 3 Dutch teams in the podium, but it's now the Solar Boat 20 going up to first here in the endurance race. Team Bologna is going under the arches now. Uniboat is once again showing us what they're capable of. They're still in first place. They have been in first place all day long and have now completed 18 laps in their bamboo frame powered solar boat. In the solar class, we still have a top 6 composed of 5 Dutch teams and 1 Belgian team in University of Antwerp. Solar Boat 20 jumped up to first place after Sunflare had to retire the boat and bring it into the paddocks VHL Aris with their Sinistream boat is in third place, with Han following close behind, and Clean Mobility closing out the top 6. BME, the Hungarians, are in 7th place, as the Portuguese Technical Solar boat takes 8th. The Swiss from Lausanne, Switzerland, take 9th. Back in the energy class, you can see Uniboat, the Sailing Tigers, and Team Sea Shakti rounding off the top 3. The Black Baguette, the Hydrovinci boat, has just passed under the arches now, followed by the Dubai Sailing Tigers, who started this race in 4th place. They have jumped up 2 spots to be here today, proudly waving the United Arab Emirates flag as the first team to represent the Middle East. They're doing great in 2nd place. They have now fallen behind the Uniboat. The Bologna team really have put their foot down and showed the energy class why they are the best team in the competition. But the Sailing Tigers are putting up a mighty performance, followed closely behind by the Indians, which you can see on screen now, alongside the stunning French and Monegasque backdrop in the back. Both the energy class and solar class are now really getting their spots tied down. There's been a few changes in the leaderboards recently. All the teams have been able to give it their best with their boat and put their team where they are meant to be. You have a great vision of the teams here, all following each other, with the 2nd place team of the energy class, the Dubai Sailing Tigers, and the Indian team right behind them. Solar Boat 20 is looking to end the day in first place. They have put up a beautiful performance. This endurance race has turned out magnificently well for Solar Boat 20. They're proud to be representing their region. Solar Boat 20 are comfortably in first place, but Sunflare, who came back on shore to recharge the batteries, are now looking to cement their place back on top of the podium. The two Dutch teams are showing what they are capable of. Sunflare has now dropped down to third place, but they are in the Monaco Yacht Club Marina and are getting ready to go back out there to give it a few more laps. They are passed now by VHL Aris, another Dutch team who have been on the podium the whole day. But I think Sunflare isn't going to give it up this easily. Solar Boat 20 continues to impress at the top of the podium. Team C Shakti up on screen now. The Indians are also one of the most impressive teams during this endurance race. They've done 16 laps and are now sitting comfortably in third place above the three French teams. Sunflare on your screen now are hitting the waters at high speeds once again. You can see their top speed is a decent bit bigger than many of the other teams. They're very versatile on the water. They're really making this Côte d'Azur Sea their own today. They do have work to do to catch up to the two other Dutch teams. Solar Boat 20 has already a lap and a bit ahead. There they are now. The pilot is smiling, but still looking focused. Solar Boat 20 is passing under the arches now, under a big round of applause from their fans over on the Luciana jetty of the Monaco Yacht Club. They have a beautiful, sleek design with the red horse on the front, a staple of the 20 region of the Netherlands. Sunflare on your screen now has already caught up to VHL, to the Zoneboot team, and has jumped back up to second place. They have Solar Boat 20 right ahead of them. They still have a bit of work to do, but with fresh batteries, it looks like the team is ready to take on any challenge. Their pilot looks focused, ready to go, and taking on these waves like it's nobody's business. In this class, teams work on the design of their boat and on their propulsion system. Some teams add foils, others put more work on the whole design, but all of them put their heart in building the most energy efficient propulsion system. Many of them used many different technologies, from 3D printing to lightweight structures and custom-made electronics. Many teams have algorithms predicting the height, the intensity of the waves to best push their boat to their limit. Passing in front of the arches now is the feared Sunflare boat. You're still behind the Soarboat 20, who are looking to take the Dutch team off of their throne. PC's PIB, the Milanese-based team, are on screen now. You can see their F1-inspired cockpit with that fuchsia coloring. You can see on all their shirts that is their official color. It's not pink, it's not red, it's not purple, it's fuchsia. And they have a great team from the Milan area. This is their Italian counterparts, the Bologna-based team. Who are also one of the most feared opponents. They are the Sunflare equivalent of the energy class. Capgemini as well, a regular here at this competition by now. You can see Han Solar boats on your screen now. They have just passed around the arches near the Monaco Yacht Club. You were able to have a good look at them. They're getting the crowd all riled up. It's great to see the teams supporting each other, being there for each other. And if you're able to spot any of the Han Solar team members, have a look at their feet. They should be wearing clogs. BC's Pays are looking to get in as many laps as possible. They're able to hit pretty decent speeds, but have only managed 6 laps. They are going full throttle here with 11.5, 11.7, 12 knots per hour in the water. You now see the Greeks and the Indians, and the camera favorites, the Dutch team Solar Flare. The Sunflare team is now up to 20 laps, just like the Solar Boat 20. They're really able to push that boat to the limit. Solar Boat 20 has put up a magnificent performance. You can see them on the screen now. They are trying their best to keep that first place theirs. On screen now you can see all the different boats looking amazing together. This is a beautiful, beautiful competition with a beautiful, beautiful backdrop here in the south of France. The Sunflare knows these waters very well, and they're looking to make the waters theirs once again. The Indians are seen just ahead of them as the Indians sit comfortably in third place. They have been there for a decent few laps now. fans are there. The fans are present here at the Monaco Yacht Club to support the teams in this endurance race, in their endeavors. It's beautiful to hear them clapping, to hear them supporting each other. During these days, a lot of the teams talked with each other, worked with each other, were very collaborative in their manners. I remind you that there are many universities from all around the world competing here. Some students return, some students are new, but everyone makes sure to make this the best atmosphere possible. It's a very kind and welcoming place to be, and the fans are making this a great, great event. The Sunflare team now has jumped back up to first. They have passed Solar Boat 20, back again at the top of the rankings of the Solar class. They were able to jump back up to first place after taking a break and letting the Solar Boat 20 team take the first place. You can see their top speed is a whole step above all the other teams. It's really a team that knows how to get a boat working and ready. These waters are nothing for the Sunflare team. The Sinistream is up on your screen now. The Dutch team is flying around these waters. You can see the beautiful French backdrop in the back. The teams are nearing the end of the race. They only have a few more minutes and a few more laps to get this performance over and done with. On your screen now is the Uniboat, the Bologna-based team, sitting comfortably in first place. They have been in first place throughout the entire event. They're followed shortly behind. This is the energy class. They're followed shortly behind by the Sailing Tigers of the UAE. The Sailing Tigers have put up a great performance, going from fourth to second place since the start of the race. Team Sea Shakti also outperformed and pushed their limits by starting way down in the rankings. They started 5th or 6th, if I'm not mistaken, and have now jumped up to a podium place of this endurance race. They're then followed by the 3 French teams. You can see Capgemini right now on screen in 4th place. Mine, who had a solid spurt and were able to jump up to 3rd for a few laps before being passed by the Indians and the French of Capgemini. Mine are now sitting 5th, just above the Oceanus. The Greeks have actually jumped up. Hydrovansi, the Black Baguette, was sitting in 6th place We now have the Greek team of Oceanus NTUA jumping up to 6th. They have solidly put up an increasingly better performance, the Greek team. They started quite low in the rankings, but are now getting closer to the top. They have passed the Black Baguette. In the solar class, the Sunflare team, we're seeing a red flag here on the course. Or not an official red flag, but at least the Indians are signaling a problem that is unfortunate for them because they were sitting well comfortably in 3rd place after having completed 19 laps. That is unfortunate because it might be difficult for them to keep that podium spot now. You can see the ocean is getting a bit turbulent. There has been an increase of wind over the last few hours. The weather is still just as glorious, but the sea is just a bit more shaky than it was when the teams left at 10 a.m. this morning. The boats are now stopped. You can see the red flag of Team C, Shakti, being raised in the air. Capgemini is now passing the arches and has officially jumped up to a podium spot. The French team with its hydrogen-fueled boat has jumped up to the podium spot. They have now reached 20 laps and have passed the Indian teams to take that 3rd place. Bologna continue to impress and show no signs of slowing down as they are now on 22 laps. The Sunflare team as well. We were just able to see the 2 best placed teams. Sunflare is just a formidable force. You can just look at their knots. Look how fast they're moving ahead of everyone else. You can see now the security, the safety boats helping tow Team C, Shatki, back to shore. The waves are definitely getting rocky now, as the teams are bumped from side to side. The race is close to its end, but there's still more work to be done. It is unfortunate for Team India, who have now fallen out of the podium spots. The Dubai Sailing Tigers are on your screen now. They have completed 22 laps of this race and started the day outside the podium places. They've been now in 2nd place for a decent amount of time. They have secured that spot. Done the same amount of laps as the Uniboat team, but we're not able to fully catch up to them and push them out of that 1st place. The Cine stream is now visible. That is VHL Eris. They are in third place right now. The pilot has a shield in front of him to help stop the oncoming waves, who are getting more and more rocky by the minutes. You can see down in the energy class, the Team C Shatki, who had put up such a great performance, had spent time on the podium, were overtaken by Capgemini, the French team with the hydrogen-powered boat, are now up to third place in the rankings. There are two French teams in Capgemini and Mine who jumped over the previous bronze-placed Team C Shakti. Capgemini and Mine both on 20 laps, both looking to secure a spot into that top three of the energy class. Down in Solar, Sunflare continues to impress with Solar Boat 20, trying to grab that second place and secure it for themselves. Last year in the energy class, Uniboat had finished first place, the Italian team from Bologna. They were followed in second place by the SBM e-racing team of the Principality of Monaco. And it was Capgemini Engineering that had finished third place Those are the 2021 results of last year for the energy class. In the solar class, Sunflare had won their challenge. It wasn't the first time. They're definitely a formidable team to go up against here in Monaco. They had been followed last year by the Swiss Solar Boat, who in this endurance race have struggled more than they would have liked. They're sitting in 8th place right now after completing 10 laps. Rounding out the top 3 of last year's solar class, it was Han Solar Boat, who are now sitting in 4th place behind VHL Ares, the other Dutch team. You can see the difference between the two boats here in Uniboat and Clean Mobility, both representing different classes. You can see how much bigger and bulkier the energy class boats are. After all, the solar class depend much more on the aerodynamics of their boat and need a flat surface to place their solar panels on. As mentioned before, the VHL Ares Sonebot team could win the prize for longest name in the competition. Here you can see Solar Boat 20 on screen now. The teams all had to pass a lot of tests over the first few days here in Monaco. From Monday to Wednesday, all the teams needed to have their boats up and ready and checked by the technical committee. They were checked on their mechanical, electrical, battery, stability, and safety of the boat. They passed a bilge pump test, which is when passing water through the boat, it must come out of the other side. Otherwise, the boat cannot float and cannot start the races. The technical committee is led by Jérémy Lagarrigue, the chairman of the technical committee and of the jury. SBM Offshore are back on the screen now after completing 10 laps. They had just been passed by Feces, but they are now looking to get back on track and keep the show going. We have now passed the 3 hours of endurance racing. Many of the teams are coming back into the Port of Monaco now. You can go watch them from the paddocks, enter their boats back in, and give them a big round of support. We can officially say that for the energy class, Uniboat have finished first after 25 laps, with the Sailing Tigers following closely behind. The Sailing Tigers from Dubai have absolutely killed it this year. They have put up an amazing performance after competing 24 laps. With 22 laps, we have Capgemini from France, and that is rounding off the podium. Mine, who spent a bit of time in the top 3, has managed a 4th place finish after 21 laps. They are followed behind by Team C Shakti, who were so close to finishing on the podium and just had a technical issue at the very end of the race. They are finishing 5th. Oceanus, the Greeks, have jumped up a few places from the start and are going to secure a 6th place finish after 19 laps. Hydrovinci, the Black Baguette, are coming back into the port as we speak. They did a decent job, but weren't able to get out from the mid-table. They completed 17 laps. Those were the teams that put up the most laps. There is a big drop to the next few teams. Cayman Ensta managed 13 laps and finished 8th, sorry. Fisis PIB, which started the day in a very stressful position, they were not able to get their boat in the water at the very start of the race. They managed 12 laps still after being on 0 laps at about the 1.5 hour mark. They were able to get their boat at least back in shape for this evening's event. At 3 p.m. we will continue with the speed record. That was Fisis PIB in 9th place. Then we have SBM Offshore that started off doing all right, but then had difficulties by the end of the day. They managed 11 laps. Team Exocet from Canada also had technical difficulties. They had a dead motor at the start of the day and had to communicate with the Peruvian team to try to get something working. That rounds off the finishers of the energy class. In the solar class, the Sunflare team managed 26 laps. They were always at an impressively high top speed. They were overtaken by Solar Boat 20 at one point in the day, but were able to come back and take the 1st place back. That is Sunflare team, the Dutch, finishing in 1st place. Solar Boat 20 finishing in 2nd, and VHL Aris in the Sinistream finished in 3rd place after 22 laps of racing. They're followed by the Han Solar Boat, last year's 3rd place finishers. They are now in 4th place. The UA Solar Boat, that is a University of Antwerp, the Belgians, are finishing in 5th. They held onto that 5th position for a long part of the day. And the top 6 goes to Clean Mobility. Sunflare, Solar Boat 20, VHL Aris, Han Solar Boat, and Clean Mobility, these 5 Dutch teams in the top 6, with the Belgians of University of Antwerp in 5th place. That is a beautiful result for all of the Netherlands. We then have in 7th place the Hungarians of BME Solar Boat team after completing 13 laps. The Swiss Solar Boat, which had so many high expectations, which has done so well in the past, they struggled a bit today. The Swiss Solar Boat finished in 8th place after completing just 10 laps. We will see how they do this afternoon and in tomorrow's races. But so far this morning, the Swiss Solar team still has some work to do. We are seeing the Sunflare boat come back into the docks now. The Han Solar Boat, the 4th place finishers of today, have put their boat back into the paddocks area. I do not see them wearing any clogs. However, the hand solar team does usually have clogs on.